Well, hello there. We're in Gloucestershire. There's a load of Porsches actually exiting where I am, because today we're at the Smashing Pistons Meetup, number 5. That's 5. That's 2. Here at the Classic Motor Hub on the border of the Cotswolds in Oxfordshire on this rather grey Saturday morning. But it's nothing grey about the cars because there's lots of nice cars to look at. So we'll get on with this video and explain what the Classic Motor Hub is and have a look at some of the cars that are here.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
Yeah, so these Porsches are obviously going on some kind of road run. People have been fixing various appendages. There's a big Porsche going off there. Just had a very nice breakfast. There's a cafe here and very, very high quality. Yes, basically it's a car sales place, so there's lots of high value classics in these two barns. There's a bit of a meeting place as well, so I'll show you some of the Smashing Pistons Meetup cars first. So of course we've got Gen Z, Simon's Rover Lotus 200. Very rare model. I'll put a link to Simon's video up there. You'll have seen this already now. This is my new car, Dylan, ZS 180, but we'll do some more content on that another time. Another car that's familiar, Simon Easton's Dolly, 1850 automatic. We've got Warren, Becky and Glyn's ZS 120. We've got Alex's new to her Marina, Harvest Gold Marina Estate, 1800. Absolutely lovely thing. I'm not going to dwell on it because I'm actually going to ask her if I can do a review video, but there's that. And then we've got another car that you all know from my videos, is Bob's T16 powered Montego Estate, Montego Countryman. Sounds very nice. Not a finished product yet, but we will bring you a video on this car fairly soon as well. Over here on the outside we've got a Series 1 Land Rover, and you can really see how Spartan the Series 1 is compared to the kind of latest Defenders. Got a V12 E-Type, early Mustang, and it's a Morgan. It's a Morgan. There's like a bike area over there. Then if we pop inside, we're not allowed to touch the cars or get inside them, but we can certainly have a look. So these cars are for sale. Yeah, the first thing that greets us is this rather nice navy blue DV5. Superleggera, and it really is quite a beautiful looking thing. They were moving these around this morning, and just the sound and the smell of these cars being moved was absolutely fantastic. So there is, yeah, our James Bond special. Hasn't obviously got the trick bits from Q. We've got a Testarossa, and that is yeah, pretty special. But then we've got this Ford Sierra Cosworth. Now these are now seriously desirable cars, seriously valuable cars. So yeah, the cars you're going to see in this video are completely different to what we normally look at. We normally look at cars that are worth a few hundred or a few £1,000s. But yeah, this RS 500 Cosworth is just, I mean, it's mint. We're not going to find rust in any of these buildings. Marcos, again, super rare. Very, very, very compact sports car. And then we've got this Riley, I think it's a 14.6, that's it, yeah. So Riley 14.6. So Riley, of course, before it became swallowed up in BMC, was a maker of, you know, sporty cars. That's what they were known for, and so almost, and sports saloons as well. But of course, they became amalgamated with BMC in the 1950s and became a badge of Austin and Morris, effectively. This is an MGTC. Again, it's absolutely immaculate. Massive wire wheels. The paintwork is just out of this world, as is sort of detailing. So it's been comprehensively restored, as is everything in this shed. But yeah, just look at that dash. Absolutely glorious. And the, not very ergonomic steering wheel, but very, very evocative. Got another Ferrari just poking its nose out here. That's possibly being viewed, so we shan't interrupt them too much. We've got a Mark 1 Morris Mini Minor. So here are some of the car styles. So that's 20 grand basically for this, very, very clean, very, very well restored Mark 1 Morris Mini. Absolutely lovely. We could probably just have a quick peek inside it. A very basic dash. A Porsche 911 Targa, so a much later car, but nonetheless part of the collection. One thing I noticed with this, when it was being manoeuvred earlier, the idle speed sounded seriously high. It sounded like it was idling at 1500, 2000 RPM. So very, 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 very fast idle. 110,000 pounds for this 911 Targa S. One owner from you, 3,000 miles, finished in crayon over black leather. So, yeah, we're not. This isn't Del Boy's classics in here, that's for sure. And then we've got an Aston Martin V8 Zagato Volante. Isn't that superb? And this is a snip at £375,000. But whoever gets that's got themselves a car that they will probably want to keep in a heated garage with carpets. Yeah, just stunning. Another Aston behind us, but this time a DB9. Yeah, and they're really, I mean, just the paint. I don't know how well the camera's picking up this paint, but if I try and get out of the light myself, the pearlescence in that silver, just from a distance it's like a silver car, but it's got a real sheen and luster to it. Absolutely superb. And then just that very, very well appointed interior. We've got another Series Land Rover. This is a Series 1 80-inch Land Rover. Now, I had one of these cars many, many years ago, and it certainly didn't look like this. It was a little bit rougher, but yeah, it's got this open body, very basic seats, benches in the back, and that gear change. I mean, I imagine this is probably drives quite tight. So it's probably got quite a tight gear change and tight steering because it's a very well restored car. But let's see how much they're asking for that. So 60 grand for a Series 1 Land Rover. That's quite something. Now behind me we've got a Mercedes 280 SL, and that is a seriously beautiful car, seriously beautiful colour, like an off-white. 135k gets you this. It's left-hand drive as well, but it's just imagine taking this to the south of France or the Amalfi Coast or somewhere like that, and going on a little jaunt somewhere like that. Very, very nice. Got a Mustang, got a couple of Mustangs here actually. Got this one that's for sale, £59,000, so one of the cheaper cars on offer. And we've got another E-Type Jag, 135,000. It's a Series 3 V12 in this rather interesting green, which I've seen before on an Ozelli MGB. It's quite a nice colour, but everything's like the paint on all these cars has got a glass-like finish. Really is quite something. 62,500 gets you this mid-70s 911. This is the kind of, if you're going to pop along to the classic motor, I'm sure these cars change as they're sold. Of course they do. But this is the kind of thing that you'll see. So we'll have a little head on to the other barn and look at some of the delights that are no doubt in there. So we're in the hangar, they call this. So presumably there was some kind of aircraft kept near at some point. Guessing there's an RAF fighter station with some of the pictures that are on the walls. 92 Squadron perhaps are based here. More high-end classic cars. So this little Porsche is rather nice. So Porsche 1600, really, really beautiful condition, very small compared to the one we just seen in the other room. And then we've got a Bentley Continental drop head coupe. That's the first thing you really see. This has been poking its nose out at me all morning, and it really is just an absolutely splendid car. I think it was Prince Philip who might have had one of these, the late Duke of Edinburgh. And yeah, this really is just sumptuous. Well, they could do with some headline, a bit of a trim needing fixing there. Happy to help if they want. Yeah, really stunning car. Let's have a look at the price, shall we? What are they asking for that? £235,000. Probably got that on the back of the sofa. Yeah, that is an absolute stunner. So we've seen quite a few classics, but we're going to have a look now at something vintage. Because we've got the famous Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. And this is, yeah, it's just stunning. It's a vintage car. We'll have a look at the age in a sec. But isn't that a wonderful thing? Every little detail, look, fire extinguisher, all the brass is nicely polished, coconut matting, floor mat to keep your carpet clean as you get into it, leather in just amazing condition, as is everything else with it. Let's have a look at the price tag. £285,000. Isn't that so? 1920 as well. So that's this car is over 100 years old, and that's just stunning. And I think it's a stat that I heard. I don't know where I heard it, but of all the Rolls Royces ever made, 75% are still on the road because they're not the most common car in the world. Obviously, very high end, expensive to buy new. So they are cars that are kept. So you can probably almost find every single one of that 75% if you so desire. We've got a Talbot drop head coupe of some sort here. Not entirely sure on the model, but yeah, that's a big old Tourer, that is. That's a massive car. Got some information on the back. Talbot Baby. Whether that's the name of the model or not, I don't know, but yeah, no price tag on this one, so maybe it's sold or maybe it's not been put up for sale yet. And then another Ferrari, a 365, 300 grand this one. And it's not in red, which is quite something. Just look at that real interesting windscreen wiper. That's a really basic thing, but just look at the windscreen wiper. That's interesting. Look at the rake on the windscreen. Seriously swept back. Beautiful kind of tan leather inside. And the gear, it's got a gate shift gear selector. And it's quite a long way over, so it's obviously, they don't change it between left and right hand drive. But yeah, quite a stunning thing. So we saw the DB5 a moment ago, but this is the DB4 in GT specification. And that's that's a glorious looking thing. Absolutely lovely. So we obviously, the headlights have got perspex over them to improve aerodynamics. It's got bucket seats in this lovely red leather, and then just loads and loads of dials and buttons and toggle switches, and that's just, yeah, utterly glorious. And then we've got this Alfa Romeo SZ. Now these are rare cars. I just love those. The arrangement of the headlights on these, really quite something. Beautiful leather. Yeah, rare sight. We'll have a look at the price in a sec. But yeah, what a beautiful car. How much they want for this? 79,900. So 80 grand to you and me. That's lovely. We've got another Aston. This is a DB2 for a snip at £240,000. And that's got blue leather. So we've seen a lot of red leather today, but not so much blue leather. Up on this little stage, we've got some classic bikes. So people sometimes say to me that I don't look at the bikes. I'm going to have a look at them. Don't know what they are, but there's a classic bike or vintage bike. We've got a Moto Guzzi classic bike, 1958 Moto Guzzi Falcone, 16 grand. And then what's this here? Is this it is a Fraser Nash. I thought it might be. So yeah, so Fraser Nash TT replica. £275,000 for that. So a bit of British sports car legendary. Then we've got Talbot. Look at that interior. I love the lots of dials. Let's go have a look at the price on this one, because it's just interesting to see what this end of the market is doing. So 375 for and it's got Brooklands history. So first time a race driver and record breaker, Goldie Gardner, Talbot AO 75/90. Absolutely superb. Let's go back to this Aston that we were looking at a second ago. So, we can actually see under the bonnets. This one's a bit more open, so we'll try and get round the other side. It's a DBS 6 F1 edition. So let's have a look at that engine. That's just superb, isn't it? So straight 6. Absolutely glorious. There's a little 3-wheeler. I'm guessing it's a Morgan, but you never know. No, it's not. It's a BSA. So of course BSA known for making bikes, but they also made 3-wheeled motor cars as well. And I'm going to get very excited now because we've got an Alvis, and I love Alvises. And this is an Alvis front-wheel drive Le Mans work entry at £375,000. It is just lovely. And then a Delage. Know nothing about Delage, so we'll have to see if we've got any information inside it. We haven't. We've got a fire extinguisher, which is probably a good idea. But that's a very lightweight body on the chassis. So that's designed for speed, I would imagine. And then, Mercedes Pagoda. It's 280 SL Pagoda as well. Just look at it. Look at those lights. Look at the front. Oh, that's gorgeous. So look at the back as well, because I think the rear is quite nicely styled as well on these. Can't really get round there, but yeah, what a lovely thing. Let's get back a bit, just so we can really appreciate it. That is gorgeous. That really is. Have we got a price tag? I know these get a lot of money. 142.5. That's not as much as I thought it would be, actually, so that's a bit cheaper. Another Aston Martin Volante, this one with an X-Pack. So it's got lots of extra bits and bobs on it. But just look at that interior, that's seriously opulent. Yeah, quite American actually, I find these in their style. American stroke Italian, they're very different to the DBs with their sort of curvature. But yeah, 350k, just arrived as well. That's glorious. Now this beastie here has got this vent in the top of the roof. Is it a D-type? No, it is an E-type. It is an E-type, but it's a lightweight, it's a special. £250,000 with an alloy engine, so much lighter than the standard XK with its cast iron block. Isn't that superb? And we've got something, a badge a bit more familiar with, and we've got another YouTuber doing something to the front of the car. So Sebring MGB, quite famous, these cars, 125,000. Yeah, that's do you know what, out of all the cars here, this is probably the one I would take home, because I love MGs.
I don't know how nobody would know that already.
But I don't know how people don't know that I know it like MGs, but yeah.
What do you think
The Perspex covers the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like that.
it's good. The Aston Martin's got the same actually. The DB4 over there. So yeah, Simon's just pointing out the light cover. So same as on the Aston Martin we saw a moment ago. Just to give you a bit more aerodynamics, you've got Perspex covers kind of riveted in. And I've got another Aston. We're doing very well for Aston Martins here. Of course we are. We're in England. And then this Maserati is... That might have just pipped that Sebring MGB, because that's just gorgeous. Maserati 3500 GT, that is superb. We'll have a look at the price tag in a sec. Yours for 575,000. So, bit of an expensive bit of kit. I'd be scared to drive it at that price, but you would. And we've got a couple more to look at, and we'll see if anything else has turned up in the car park, and we'll wrap this little video up. Another Maserati, and this one's only 149,000, so that's quite cheap. This Sebring Series 3 in comparison. And we've got another Maserati. This one's like almost like a Formula One style. So A6 GCS Monofaro for £265,000. Just look at that. There's nothing protecting you whatsoever. But I bet it's an absolute hoot to drive. We shall duck outside. So we had some Land Rover products. That Defender Bowler's quite something. Another Porsche. And actually, we need to go into the other car park because there's some little beauties over here. But I think the Saab's here, so we're going to have a look at those because they are interesting cars and becoming quite a rare sight on the roads. This wasn't planned at all, but it's yeah. Now Saabs used to be such a rare sight on British roads that drivers would flash each other. How many now? 7 here.
Well, if they've got here, they should.
Yeah.
7 when we're set off.
So seven Saabs coming today, but they're an increasingly rare sight on the roads of Britain.
No, they're not. Not here.
Not here. There's plenty around here, but yeah, I know when I had a Saab 9.3, and you used to get flashed because they weren't the most common car on the roads, and if you are a Saab owner, it's a very good community to be in.
I used to have an MG, so I can't kick that in the club.
Oh, I'm an MG man. So.
I had an MG 1300 Mark II,
Yeah.
and I turned up at I owned the club or the other lot, and they said it wasn't an MG, and I said, "Excuse me, what was the first MG? A tuned Morris? What's that? What's yours?"
Exactly. Well, there we are. And look at the later ones, all Rovers. So.
I said, "Well, no, this was in the 70s." I said, "It is not an Austin Morris parts bin car."
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
There's the door, get out.
So he went to Saab, that chap. But yeah, nice to see some Saabs getting together. So it's been a little while since I've had a Saab, but they're a great car. And that I'm just showing some of the cars. I've got a little meet-up of some MG Rover stuff. So badge engineered stuff as well. So yeah, but look at that one, real classic Saab, and I think that's probably a Swedish plate. So there we are. This is the classic motor hub here in the Cotswolds. Never been here before. It's not that far from where I live, probably an hour. And it's a great little place. Really nice to have Simon's meet up here and be part of that. But nice to come and look at some cars at perhaps a different end of the price scale to what we normally look at. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you don't already do so. Drop a comment down below. Hit the thumbs up, please, and share with your friends. And I'll see you very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.